Hey you guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, you guys, as you guys can see, we are going to be talking about the narcissist leaves you frozen. The narcissist leaves you frozen. So before I get into this topic, I hope that everyone is at peace. And I hope that everyone is on their quest, on their journey to finding themselves and becoming one with themselves. Being at peace is very important, you guys. And as you guys can tell by the title, when I say the narcissist leaves you frozen, the narcissist leaves you stuck in whatever traumas that you will end up repeating over and over and over again. And this is why it is very important that instead of keeping yourself frozen, you end up asking questions, the whys. It's okay to know the whys, but once you get the answer to the whys, it's very important to wonder and be a superhero and be that Wonder Woman in your life where nothing that anyone does bothers you. It might hurt a little bit. You might need some time to analyze the situation, but to also look over your shoulders at everything you've went through and understand why it is that you decided to not want to stay in a state of mind where you're frozen, because you know that you deserve so much more than that. You deserve to live a life full of peace. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to wake up and have a reason to smile. You deserve not to spend lonely nights filled with depression, anxiety, loneliness. You don't deserve to be in pain. You don't deserve for your heart to ache. And this is why the narcissist will try to leave you frozen in order for them to feel better about themselves, in order for them to feel as if, hey, look at me, I'm not frozen anymore. You're frozen. Tag, you're it. Freeze. It's all about them surviving off your energy if you give it to them, because that energy will not last. They will need someone else, and then someone else, and then another person to victimize. And this could be anywhere. This could be at a job. You know, they go from person to person. They'll fire someone, and hey, guess what? There's going to be someone else that this narcissist is going to try to bully. You know, if it's with family, you know, if you're the black sheep, if you're the type of person to let others know, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong, and they don't like you because of it. They don't like you because you have a voice. Guess what? Someone else will be the black sheep, even their own children. If it's not you, it will be someone else. And this is when you decide to unfreeze yourself, to not allow these people to leave you stuck and frozen, you guys. And this can also be in a relationship. So the reason I thought this subject was just really important and very interesting is because I tell you guys that in my dream, every single day, when I wake up and I go about my day, it doesn't matter if I have the same routine, there will be something different. Every day is a different day. And in my journey, I always come across people in these crossroads that approach me for no reason. I mean, you can, you can call them gang stalkers. You can call them, you could just define it as energy, depending on what energy you're putting out. And sometimes people just gravitate to you. There's something about you. A lot of times people love being social, and they might see something in you, and they might feel very comfortable to start speaking about their life. And I've realized that I've been in so many situations where I can just be going about my day and someone will come up to me and speak to me about their life. Literally, they can start from childhood, somewhere in the middle, and wherever it is, and a lot of times when they talk to me about their pain and the things that have caused them disease and sickness and all type of things, they'll somehow go back to the past and relate things that happened to them in the past and connect them with an event that traumatized them, that left them frozen. So as I was going about my day, I had another experience with another person, and this person just came up to me. I was just sitting down, and I could clearly see that there was some type of mental problem there, as if they were there, but they were not there. And some people might call them crazy. Some people might say they're on drugs. It's easy to have your own perception of what's going on through that, what's going on with that person. But one thing that I think it's very important for us to do is to practice the law of relativity, where you're relating to someone else and you're not judging that person. And you just listen, because sometimes, although you might think that person's crazy or whatever it is, if you're not in any type of harm, if you listen to that person, you might get some type of information that might help you out, because sometimes that's how the universe communicates with us. So even though you're having an ordinary day where you're doing the same type of thing, the same routine, there will be something different. And it's very important to pay attention to the signs, you guys. So in my situation, this guy started telling me about something that happened to him in 2005. And then he kept linking that situation to something that happened in 2010. And he said, I will never talk to that person again. Never. And it was just so much hurt, so much pain. And I've felt his emotion, his pain. I saw it. I felt it. And even though I couldn't make sense of his story clearly, I was able to relate to him, because I was able to sense the pain of him being stuck and frozen in that event, in that trauma. And it hurt a little bit to see someone hurting like that. And as you're walking around or you're driving and you see people walking and you see some people in pain and screaming and just people walking about their day as if they just don't exist. And a lot of times we find ourselves judging others and their lifestyle and events until it happens to us. And we find ourselves stuck and trying to relate to someone only to find that we have no one to relate to, that there's no one to really talk to, that even if you can talk to, the one or two people in your life, somehow something's still missing. You still feel as if you can't move forward. You might still feel lonely. You might still feel frozen. And a lot of people stay frozen. A lot of people can't move on. A lot of people carry anger, regret, what they could have done, how things could have changed or been different if you would have done this or that different. Or what if you would have left sooner? What if, what if? There's always a what if, right? And when you feel that way, because we've all felt that way, including myself, you end up frozen and you end up attracting the same type of energy that recycles itself over and over and over again. A lot of times you try to relate to others because they might have went through the same type of situations, and you attract that energy into your world because you feel as if you can relate to these people. So you start to attract energy of people that have been through pain just like you. The only difference is some of these people are frozen, some of them aren't frozen, some of them are good people, and some of them are narcissists. And the universe doesn't know anything but what you're able to relate to. And when you end up with these type of people, you end up experiencing more pain from what you initially started off with. And the longer you stay, the more pain you will feel. And that pain turns into disappointment. It turns into hopelessness. When you have hopelessness, you guys, from all the future faking, all the promises of having a family or having a marriage or, starting off your own ventures and traveling. And when all this happens to you, it really just feels as if you're going into shock. It feels as if you were in a coma and you are waking up from that coma, and someone, which is your inner self, is telling yourself, hey, this is who the narcissist really is. Hey, when you were over here, the narcissist was doing A, B, and C. When this happened, the reason this happened is because they were talking to this person, and behind your back, they told this person these things to make themselves look good and to make it seem as if you were crazy. So it's as if you were in a coma and someone is telling you what's going on, and you're still in shock. You understand what's going on from that coma. You understand. You know this person wouldn't lie to you. You know yourself wouldn't lie to you, right? But it's almost as if you can't feel the trauma of just being asleep this whole time. You can't accept it. You can't accept that, hey, I've really been asleep for 10 years, woke up, and I'm 10 years older. How did that happen? Where did the time go? How was I playing this game, or how was I paralyzed for this long? Like actually sleeping every day, waking up, being fed through a tube. I can't believe I was really sleeping this long. Like, I really can't believe I was sleeping this long. And that is literally the emotions that you start going through, when you start to realize that everything that you've ever went through, year after year, birthdays, holidays, broken promises, thinking that something would eventually change. After a couple of years, knowing it really wouldn't change, you still give it the benefit of the doubt, and you tell yourself, well, people go through things. Later on, you realize how unhappy you truly are, and even though people go through things, it shouldn't hurt this bad. And when you really need someone, and these people will disappear when you need them, it feels as if, hey, if you're going to leave, then you just might as well not come back. And they will try over and over and over again. And the moment that you go back in time. And once you go back in time, you're frozen, because now the universe will start to repeat itself. You're going to experience the same events, but in different ways. Why? Because nothing is ever the same, even if we do the same things. Even if the narcissist does the same things, cheating, lying, over and over again, it's going to produce negative energy of different negative events. It's going to be another set of negative events. You just don't know what you're going to get. And when you do this and you stay frozen, because the narcissist is frozen, they do this to everyone, not just you, to everyone. I've had some of the worst narcissists around me, and they're family members. I have an aunt that I've talked to you guys about that got cancer, and she lied and said some things that I did that I didn't do. And she did she said these things on purpose because she had cancer, and she knew that everyone would believe her, because why would you not believe someone who has cancer, right? And after she did turn a lot of people against me and made up lies, like we all know, the energy you give, you get back. And I know you guys don't see karma, but some of you that don't see the karma of the narcissist, you guys have to understand that they get it. You just might not see it. And even if they get it, they don't care. Seriously, they can be homeless and still be evil people, and still treat the only people that try to give them a hand out of the pits of hell that they're in. They will still turn their back against them and grab their hand just to pull them down. So that's how evil, you guys, the narcissist is. The narcissist does not care about a helping hand. So this is why it's important to not let the narcissist keep you frozen. Karma is very real. I've seen it happen over and over again to all the narcissists in my life. And it comes to a point where once you know how narcissists work, it's like watching a movie and you already know what's going to happen next. And that's what the empath has to understand, that you truly always have the upper hand no matter what. You already know what this person is. You already know what their future, what their next step is going to be according to their behavior and the type of energy that they put out. And in my case, I knew that everything that my aunt did was going to come back to her. And I knew exactly what it was going to be. Her husband, to losing her job, because when she was away from her job due to her chemo, The supervisor that she worked with got fired, or he quit. I don't know. What I do know is that a new supervisor that was younger than her was promoted to that position. And when she came back from her chemo and being away from work for so long, she went back into this company where she worked for so many years. Narcissist, especially the ones that are managers and, in high places, they tend to stay in those positions for a long time, because they know how to manipulate people. And what happened was that it was as if I was watching a movie and I already knew what was going to happen. I knew that her greed and her selfishness would all crumble eventually. So when she went back to work, she basically got everyone at the job to kind of brainwash them to think that this new supervisor was not doing a good job. She would complain about the air conditioner system being too cold in the office, and he would put it up, she would put it down. She started rumors, and this is how narcissists get off on their jobs for a long time. They fire people, they get people fired this way, right? She tried to do the same thing to this person. She tried to get this person fired, but the only thing is that while she was away because of her chemo, all these people at this job got to develop some type of relationship with the new supervisor. So their loyalty quickly changed to this new person that's in a position of authority. This is how this is how you should know never to trust too much, because the narcissist believes that their flying monkeys will always be there for them. But if these flying monkeys find out who they are, or they find out or they find someone who will help them out because they're just as narcissistic as them, guess what? They will abort mission. So the narcissist, you guys, is frozen. They're frozen, and when you meet them, they want to make you so hopeless with all this future faking that it will eventually also leave you frozen. So what can you learn from this? What you can learn from this, you guys, is that the narcissist will always get their karma. Every day, you guys, it's different. No matter what, everything changes around you. This is why you can go somewhere and change the whole dynamic of that situation, that party, or that you could be with friends, and just that whole dynamic will change because the energy that's in that room. It's like buying a new home and walking in and feeling as if this home is haunted. There's some negative energy in here. It's sadness in here. It's energy, you guys. Energy. You will feel frozen. You will feel like you're in a coma. You will feel as if you're walking in this new house you just bought, but you're living your worst nightmare when you're supposed to be living your best dream. So do not let the narcissist's perception of you become your reality. There will always be room to grow. There will always be opportunities. There will always be miracles that will happen if you just have faith and you move forward. Do not allow the narcissist, you guys, to keep you frozen. They are frozen and they want to keep you there. They want you to be cold. They want you to be numb. They want you to not feel any joy, any happiness. If it was left up to the narcissist, they will kill you before they leave you. They just don't have the courage to, because they want to continue to torment people. If it's not you, it will be someone else. These narcissists all have different levels of hate. And what you need to know is that you can't fix everyone, but you can fix yourself and you can be happy every day. So I hope that this message was helpful. I hope that everyone is doing fine, everyone is well, and I hope that everyone is taking every single day as if it's their last. Take every day as if it's your last. Enjoy your mornings, enjoy your afternoons. Be thankful for how far you have came. Be thankful for your experiences, because these experiences, you guys, really help you grow and help you learn in order to help others. And when you help others, you just never know what type of impact you are to that person, and you never know what kind of gift you will receive from God for just being there for someone the way that narcissist wasn't there for you. But always love yourselves first. Always take care of yourselves before taking care of anyone else. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.